Guruji, I have a
Uh,
question on behavior. You've always stressed
uh,
on how important behavior is. So, here the question is how can a sadhak refine one's behavior, and how much of that is in our hands? Because when I was pondering over it, I felt, as you say, it is about providing pure food for the body, mind, self, and soul. And pure food for the body, at least, okay, we can probably, means we have to put in effort there. But the rest of the things, I feel it depends on what we become as per our sadhana. So, satsang and sadhana is what is most important, is what I felt. And and even the case of food part, also the choice and the will to uphold it again comes from how we have become. So I feel finally it is the other way around, which is Guru is driving our behavior based on our sadhana and satsang. Just wanted to hear more about how we can work on it. Yeah.
mm. No, no, the way you have told, this is the way it has to be worked out. But it is behavior means it is our making. That is how it is. See, food we are told that we should try to eat food properly, that it becomes a prasad. So it has so many aspects, that it should be fresh, it should be vegetarian possibly. So no somebody has been habitually eating something, they should come on their own through sadhana. It is not that those who are eating non-veg, they are making something wrong decision. Slowly, automatically through sadhana, they will overcome it. Once their reason is satisfied, they know, no, this is not good for me. Nobody should say that you should not eat this. They will come on their own. That should be that the way is shown, that this is how you should eat fresh. What is life giving, vitality giving food, that should be eaten. Yes, same thing for the mind. Satsang, of course, that is there. So being with truth, again, that means what we consider truth from mind, word and deed. And as when we start become little capable, there keeps going negotiating period between transforming from mind to self feel. So this is little transitional period. Self means now you can make choices and you can execute those. So when you become capable of, no, this is the way I want to conduct myself, not that see, we say generally word spontaneously, the behavior should be spontaneous, but how to be spontaneous? Generally we say, no, whatever color is coming to me, that is spontaneity. That is not a spontaneity, that is a color. So being spontaneous comes only when you have graduated to that extent, that now you will not be you will not be deluded by any other things, or you will not be carried away by your mental afflictions or likes or dislikes. So that way, then only the spontaneity is not our spontaneity is from the other side, when we have approached to that, which you are saying, that if you're guided by guru or divinity, what we are saying. So if we have reached to that level, then such question will cease to be there. So first it is our making, and once we realize that now it is no more issue is there, no problem is there, because now you are driven by yourself. That means you make a choice and you execute it, then nothing is there. That's what the behavior is, that you make a choice and you execute it, and you are unmindful of the fruit, that I need something from it, or I will be influenced if it goes in the worldly sense, negative or positive, like success or failure, anything like that. Everything is gone, because choice means that you had no choice but to do it, not to show to somebody or not to exhibit, because you know this is the way to do it. You had to do that. So that is how the behavior begins to shape properly into the ultimate etiquette, which we say, that what should be done. end up doing that, or we start doing that, or we do that. Either all the three words are same, having the same purport. So yes, better taste means better choice, and then they become, after some time, it's a very commonsensical knowledge that for long if you keep a better choice, then your taste will change. Now your taste has changed, it will start making your choices, influencing those choices. Now after all that, you transcend the word, deed and mind, and now you are not driven by anything. What is needed, you are driven by that. What is needed? What is needed in course of Paramarth, because that becomes your inside need, your need, that this is how I will be fulfilled. If I do this, if I choose this, if I behave this way, then only I am fulfilled, then only I am happy, and that is how other will be happy. Because any behavior which, what happens in behavior generally, two energies, suppose two people are in contact, so two kinds of energies are at work. One is happy, one is unhappy, both vibrations are fighting out there. So if the vibration of happiness overpowers, it is much more potent, then you can mitigate somebody else's unhappiness. That becomes Paramarth. Somebody is unhappy and you become somehow means, medium or conduit to make somebody happy, and now that has become Paramarth. And so your behavior. So this is how, when behavior is not sullied by anything, then it looks pleasing to everyone if they are open to it. So generally what we have to see is that our behavior is not colored, or if it is colored, see, best way is to accept then and there. So that brings humility. If out of hesitation or something we hide, we do not say, or some social etiquette is involved, so many things, like you are in office or somewhere, then what will happen is you will think 10 things. No, it will not be proper because I am boss or I am subordinate, this is not correct. Then it becomes an impression. So more open you become, more your behavior tend to move towards goodness. Putting in one sentence everything on I Almighty, that is the foregone conclusion. But have we become receptive to that? To what extent? To that extent, these questions will go from our heart. Why will they go? Because you have ready solution. You have connection, you have solution. The water is flowing. So you don't say, no, where is the water?